What up guys, Goes in here for AnimeUproar, and today, because you guys requested it, we are going to look at the entire life of William Vangeance. This is one of the most interesting characters in the whole series in my opinion, so this should be a fun video. If you want to see more Black Clover on this channel, let me know by smashing that like button. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Let me know what other characters in anime you would like to see a life of video done for. As usual, there will be manga spoilers, you've been warned. So let's turn to the overpowered guy in the mysterious mask. In the anime right now, William Vangeance is only 26 years old, and yet he is already the Magic Knight captain of the Clover Kingdom's strongest and highest ranking squad, the Golden Dawn Squad. As we are told early on in the series, he is the closest person to being the next Wizard King. Not only did his squad take first place at the Star Awards Festival, they also performed the best in the Royal Knight Selection exam. At only 26 years old, he already stands at the head of the Clover Kingdom's Magic Knights, only surpassed by the Wizard King Julius Novachrono himself. But let's take a look at how he got to this impressive point and what happens to him afterwards. William was born the illegitimate son of a certain noble. He was called a cursed child because he was born with scars all over the top half of his head. The scars were permanent and not even magic could fix them. The people around him thought he was creepy. They were afraid of him because of his appearance. Until he turned 8, he lived in the Forsaken Realm. So even though he had noble blood, he lived in the poorest region of the Clover Kingdom for a large portion of his childhood. He was only brought to the noble region when his father's legitimate heir died. Only then was William taken in as an aristocrat. However, ironically, things got even worse for him when he moved to the noble realm. Although his great world tree magic was viewed as a curiosity, the nobles still hated looking at William's scarred face. His father's lawful wife, William's stepmother, was the worst. She badly abused her stepson. It was a hellish childhood according to William. At the age of 13, in the midst of all that pain, he met Julius Novachrono, while the latter was still the Magic Knight captain of the Grey Deer Squad. Unlike most people, Julius didn't care about William's appearance. He was just awed by his magic power. When William used his World Tree magic, Julius could sense that the young boy's kindness was trying to protect everything. The captain of the Grey Deer Squad insisted that the young William had to join the Magic Knights. William was touched by Julius's kindness, but he felt like he couldn't be a Magic Knight because of the ugly scars on his head. Julius was confused, as if William's scars never even factored into the equation. He said that the scars were nothing to worry about, but he gave him a mask, the same mask he wears to this day, to make William feel better. Julius put a lot of work into making the mask, and his effort made William very happy. Although William thought the mask was very tacky right from the get-go, he decided to wear it proudly and to pledge his grimoire to Julius's service. As William mentions, Julius was the first person to see past the creepy scars and recognize him for who he really was. 2 years later, William turned 15, got his grimoire, and joined Julius's Grey Deer Squad. However, there was something else strange about William besides his scar. Ever since he was a child, he felt like someone was sleeping inside him. This person was deeply hurt, very angry, and at the same time very sad. William felt that he had to protect this weak existence inside him. He felt that his own body was no longer just his own, and because of that, he never felt truly alone. It was because of this presence inside him that he could bear living through his painfully lonely childhood. When he was around 9 years old, he started having dreams. These dreams were of elves. They started with days of happiness and ended with deceit, despair, and hatred. William always felt like it was his life's duty to protect this presence inside him, and he felt that more than ever when he saw the dreams. Keep in mind, this was 4 years before he would meet Julius. At the age of 16, after William had already joined the Grey Deer Squad, the presence inside him awoke. His name was Patri. He received his own grimoire, and now William was convinced that there were two souls living in his body. At some point, they gained the ability to switch their souls, and when Patri takes over William's body, the cursed scars disappear because the human curse has no effect on the elf. William felt like it was his absolute duty to turn into Patri, who he considered a twin. However, he was torn between this person inside him and Julius, his leader who showed him kindness and believed in him when no one else did. Patri ended up going by the name Licht, formed the Eye of the Midnight Sun, and acted against William's country, leader, and friends. All the while, William continued to perform his duties as a Magic Knight. He worked alongside Yami for Julius's Grey Deer Squad. Then after Julius became the Wizard King, he allowed both Yami and William to create their own squads. Yami created the Black Bulls and William created the Golden Dawn. According to William, he wanted to create the ultimate squad to repay Julius for everything he's done for him. He wanted to create a squad that would bring a Golden Dawn into the world and disperse the Dark Knight. As William would explain later, his mana guided him to select skilled members of the Golden Dawn squad. He succeeded in creating the strongest squad as thanks for all that Julius has done for him. Eventually, William has to make a decision. Who will he choose to side with? His precious friend Patri, who wants to take down the Clover Kingdom, or his precious teacher Julius, who wants to save it? In the end, he can't choose. Both helped him get through his hellish childhood. Both were there for him when no one else was. So, he meets Julius at the royal capital, he tells him about Patri. William says that they will have to decide what's going to happen among themselves before he transforms into Patri so that the two can battle. Julius doesn't blame William. He believes that everything he did for Patri was the result of his kindness. Patri and Julius go on to fight. Julius could have won the battle, but he was holding back, likely because he didn't want to kill William, his precious student and friend. In the end, Julius is forced to sacrifice his own life to save the people of the royal capital. From within his body, William cries when he sees the Wizard King meet his end. He apologizes to Julius and congratulates Patri. Then, according to Patri, he falls into an endless slumber. Whether we've seen the last of William remains to be seen, but he has been an exceptionally interesting character that was associated with one of the biggest twists in the series so far. His name was definitely a clue of what was to come. Vangeance is spelled almost exactly like the word vengeance, which is exactly what Patri was after. He wanted revenge. He wanted to punish all humans for what he thought they did to the elves. Then there's also the fact that people in mysterious masks are usually hiding something. But in the end, it was still an impactful reveal that provided important characterization for William. His life was a living nightmare, but Patri and Julius helped him make it through his rough childhood and turn his life around. They were both the most important people in William's life, and they wanted completely opposite things. Although most of us, me included, probably side with Julius, it is important to keep in mind that William viewed Patri like his own twin brother. Even if he was wrong for seeking revenge against humans, William couldn't bear to hurt him any more than he'd already been hurt. Remember that even before he met Julius, William empathized with Patri's pain and wanted to protect him, like one would want to protect a younger brother. In the end, his kindness made it so that he couldn't hurt anyone. He had to stay uninvolved and let the two most precious people in his life resolve their conflict by themselves. Patri later comes around. He learns the truth of what happened on that day so long ago, and he joins our heroes to take on one of the most overpowered villains in anime. If William wakes up again, he will no doubt be happy about this transformation that has taken place within Patri. And I really hope he does wake up, because I still feel like we haven't seen him go all out with his World Tree magic yet. But let me know what you think. Is William a good person? Can you understand why he didn't tell anyone about Patri? Or do you see him as a traitor who should have sided with Julius and the kingdom and never helped Patri? I'm curious about how you guys view this complicated character. And while you're in the comments, let me know which one of your favorite anime characters you would love to see a video like this done for. This one was suggested by you guys, and I'll probably be looking in the comments of this video to get ideas for the next one. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button to let me know. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more Black Clover on this channel. We have a whole Black Clover playlist that is constantly being updated, so make sure to check that out. A big thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help make videos like this one possible. I especially want to thank our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, and Jason Wilson, and our the 1 tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans, Ace17 FFDP, Steven Ingrata, Matty Mac 239, and Michael Calderon. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these epic people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. Anyways, thanks again for all of your support, and until next time, see you, Space Cowboys.